Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
Basically, unfortunately, it's already about 2:40, but never mind. Uncle Murphy is always lurking around for Mazna, yeah? So, sama juga dengan we all this. So that means I will be giving the welcoming remarks and a little bit on NICTSED. And after that, I'll hand over to Puan Mazna to do the actual soft launch. And after that, Puan Ramona will be doing her briefing, and also Puan Tan, our Chief Technical Officer, who will be telling us on the briefing. And after that, there will be I don't know whether there will be a Q&A. Will there be a Q&A? Kalau tidak pun, you can use the chat box to ask any questions regarding NICTSED. And I'm very sure that most of you are very familiar with NICTSED. And so, inshallah, we will try to have it again in this year. Next slide, please. Okay, so basically, my presentation today, Puan Mazna and the rest, we will give you the background, the problem statement, the description, the format, the milestone, also on the technical briefing. So this will be the presentation for our briefing and also launching of NICTSED 2021. Next, please. Okay, so basically, bagi Puan Mazna and the rest, we came up with this idea of the National ICT Security Debate way back in 2013. Ini adalah merupakan cetusan idea daripada pengalaman-pengalaman some of us who are being in the boarding school. We have the Piala Perdana Menteri, and based on that, in 2013, we have the first National ICT Security Debate, but concentrating mostly on ICT security. And at that time, the format that we use is using parliamentary debate. In 2014, we had the opportunity to visit Singapore when they did a discourse among their institution of higher learning, and they did a discourse on and they invited us on this because they were dealing with a blueprint, they were dealing with this concept of on ICT. And from there, we learned that parliamentary debate normally is not so conducive in the sense that people are always trying to put people down. So we said that it should be a discourse. So we tried that in 2014 onwards, and alhamdulillah, it seems to be working. And we had that in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. But unfortunately, 2020, next slide, please. We were not able to hold, the champion so far, the champion so far, 2013, we have Sekolah Menengah Agama Persekutuan Semak Kajang. And one thing good about NICTSED, ladies and gentlemen, that I mean, we do keep in touch with many of the alumni. And one of the alumni which really menyerlah was the one from Kajang. He became a pilot with Asia. And I hope he's still employed with this pandemic. I hope he's still a pilot. But then again, that's how the achievement. And also we have people from Sekolah Dato' Abdul Razak Sedar, Negeri Sembilan, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Iskandar. This is the first time. I mean, because we open up NICTSED to all schools, whether you are from boarding school or from Sekolah Biasa, we are open to that. And in 2015, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Iskandar eventually became the champion. 2016, I think the people from boarding school got angry, so KTKC sent their best team and they became the champion. And 2017, we have Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Cyberjaya becoming champion. 2018, a Chinese school, Sekolah Tinggi Kebangsaan Cina, Jitsin from Pulau Pinang. And last year was Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sultan Abu Bakar. And which our minister, the current minister of communication, was very happy because it's from Pahang. Anyway, okay, next please. Okay, so we have conducted this discourse with physical approach, for the past 8 years. Last year, malangnya because of the pandemic, and because we were waiting, we postponed. We thought that MCO would be lifted, but it doesn't seem to happen that way. And when it became towards the end, I think about August, September, it was too late, and we said, never mind lah. We have to we need to skip 2020 and prepare for 2021. So that means that's why we came this year with this new approach of NICTSED 2021 we call it virtual discourse. Next, please. Here we go. The problem statement that we have the challenges due to pandemic COVID-19 in March 2020, and also the Ministry of Education also announces its SOP. The school was out and nobody, and we have PDPR, and so with the announcement, so we said we postpone it 2021 with new concept, and inshallah in this briefing we will be giving you sort of a taklimat, a briefing on the new concept and how we conduct the competition online, and we have online quizzes for online viewers. So these are the things, the new exciting thing that we have, and we are hoping that more people and more students and more participants this year, since it will become a virtual discourse online. Next, please. Okay, description. So basically, what is the goal, objective, outcome, target audience? This will be the description. Next. And basically, what is our goal? And I'm sure Puan Mazhar is very well aware. We want to elevate awareness, knowledge, and critical thinking of participants toward building a digitally fluent cyber society. As you know, with the current problem that we are facing on the cyber world, there are so many conduct unbecoming from most of the netizens. That's what we're trying to do right now, is trying to have people who have, as we call it, since pandemic, people yang with apa ni, dengan kita punya MCO, we said kawal kendiri, people who are going on online should also kawal kendiri, and so they should empathize with what other people are doing, and so that they become digitally fluent cyber society. Next, please. And basically, what is our objective for the past 6-7 years after so we have been a proactive culture of cyber safety among participants. Alhamdulillah, we found out that we do manage to cultivate this, and we have come up with a lot of alumni from NICTSED, good speakers, and they have built up a good culture among them, and they are very, I should say, does influence others to follow suit. And then also we want to nurture and open a constructive independent discussion on cyber safety, and also to galvanize the participants to become ambassadors and to advocate cyber safety activities. And this is quite important, a pool of talent for future cybersecurity professionals to take over from us who are now at the end of our career, and we need new people, new blood, and for people to think about how to become cybersecurity professionals in the future. Thank you. Next, please. So this year, the outcome is that the youth will be equipped with better knowledge and understanding on how to identify, detect, prevent, respond, and be proactive towards cybersecurity safety issues. So we found out that for the past years, some of the issues and some of the way they're doing, they did the discourse, very interesting concept, very interesting approach that the students have come up with, and where we at Cybersecurity Malaysia, especially in CyberSafe, sometimes we also we took into account some of the ideas and we put into our program. And also from here we can see that we are also hoping that to increase the participation of youth in disseminating knowledge of cybersecurity. One of the good things that we have from this alumni, we have used them to become our speakers when they do our cybersecurity awareness talk, and it seems to be that speakers from when the speakers are from their peers, it seems that they are more accepting, and also they listen more to what they have to say. And basically, the outcome of this discourse is also to inculcate a better understanding of safety culture among you. Next, please. Okay, now, secara sepintas lalu, what we will do, the new format ni lah. We can see the platform, team format, round requirement, the task, and round layout. What I will do is I'll give you a high level later on. Puan Mona will give you the timeline, and also Puan Tan will also talk to you about the rules and regulation. But the most important thing that we are here today, and then we can see after that. Okay, next, please. And the online session. Next, please. Okay, this is the format. There are the format we'll be doing from one team. There are 3 members and 2 presenters, and one of the members can become the technical, and they can rotate among each other in the few rounds that they have. So that means a participant, a participant from school, there should be only one team, and they are consist of 3 members and 2 presenters. Okay, next please. And the round format. So we have in the physical NICTSED we have 2 teams, but in this virtual discourse we put it in 3 teams who will be competing with each other, putting up their ideas, and there will be a minimum of 3 panel of experts, 1 moderator, and this moderator this time around will have more power. Since it will be explained later by Kaptan, because moderator is quite very important when it comes to online. They will decide on the sometimes we are worried about the most when it comes to online discourse is the connectivity, and from that 3 team there will be 1 eventual winner and also 1 best speaker. Okay, next please. And the round requirement is still the same: use of digital devices for research and multimedia presentation. And we do emphasize on the stable internet connectivity for online streaming. And also we have panel of experts, moderator, and technical team. Next, please. And the task, again, we will be given a topic, and we will be emphasizing on the content, on the strategy, on the presentation skill. It's still the same like the physical one, but it will be, the only thing different is that it will be done virtually. And what the participant has to be doing is that to persuade panel of experts to accept their ideas and point of view. And also there will be again, you got my interest from the rest of from the fellow participant, and also POE or panel of experts will be asking questions if there is any confusion, or just to test to find out whether they know what actually they are presenting. Okay, that's still the task. Next, please. And this is the round layout. There will be first team, second team, and the third team, and they will be going from the first team will be presenting first speaker, and second team the first speaker, third team first speaker, and followed by the second speaker. Later on you find out, and they will be dealing with that topic. Okay, next please. And this will be the layout when you see it on the virtual on your computer. The team 1, team 2, team 3, and also the panel of experts. So this is how the round layout will be. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, what we are presenting here today will be on our website. So that if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call us or to email us. So this is just what saya pintas lalu. Next please. And eligibility is what has been agreed by Ministry of Education. It will be secondary school student, Form 1 to Form 5, from government-aided school under the purview of the Ministry of Education. So it can be all the schools except for private schools and school or anything under Ministry of Education are eligible to participate in this competition. Next, please. Okay, that's about it on the. I hope I'm not going too fast, and I hope saya pintas lalu on a very high level. On the slides of this NICTSED 2021 virtual discourse. So now I would like to invite Puan Mazna Abu Bakar, Director of Bahagian Sumber Teknologi Pendidikan, to give her speech, and also to officially launch NICTSED 2021 virtual discourse. Dengan hormat dipersilakan Puan Mazna.
Thank you very much, Mustafa bin Ahmad from Cyber Security. Hi everyone. It's a very cool afternoon today. I hope everyone is working from home today as directed. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera. Good afternoon everyone. The respected Qna Mustafa bin Ahmad from Cyber Security, Senior Vice President from Cyber Security Malaysia, to be exact. Officers from Cyber Security Malaysia, officers from the STP, JPN, education officers, teachers, and students. So first and foremost, Alhamdulillah, by His will, all of us can gather here today virtually. Thank you to everyone of you for being here with us today. We are very, very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us since 2013, our show, to support this competition. And before we got started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Cybersecurity Malaysia for collaborating with the Educational Resource and Technology Division, Ministry of Education in Malaysia since 2010. So we go back a long way. Thank you so much to Cybersecurity. And not forgetting the Educational Technology Resource Sector, State Education Department, which will always helping us, especially the SCP, in running various programs that involve digital education. And I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped in and to make this success, 2021 virtual discourse a success. Okay, for everyone's information, students, teachers, NICTSED 2021 with virtual discourse competition. The program under the Pemekasan Pendidikan Digital, which plays an important role in Shift 7 of the PPPM, or we call it Plan Pembangunan Pendidikan Malaysia 2013-2025, which is utilizing ICT to improve the quality of learning in Malaysia. And hence, and we acknowledge that ICT has great potential to drive and strengthen the teaching and learning process to optimize the potential of the students to apply in the 21st century skill. As what we know, we are embarking on Education 4.0, which is actually about preparing for the future. Hence, I see that this competition is a way of giving opportunity for the students to exercise their skills, to learn, and also to be people who can think critically, be creative, giving out their opinion, and at the same time, since we are doing it virtually, it's also to improve, as what Colonel said, their digital skills, especially in this cyber society, as said before. So the objective of this competition is in line with the aspirations of the Ministry of Education, MOE, in emphasizing the skills applied among students through 21st century learning. And we believe that the NICTSED competition also meets several objectives in line as well. The Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint. We are now currently, the Ministry of Education will be embarking on the digital education data pendidikan digital, and cybersecurity will be very much a part of this data pendidikan digital, because you are our rakan strategy, and we are very, very much need your support and your collaboration with us for us to make sure that all our students will be digitally fluent in the coming future. Okay. Let me just go through some of the objectives of NICTSED. One is to equip students with critical thinking and innovative skills, and change the role of the students from consumer to technology producer. This is very important, because we know, and here in Malaysia, we are very much at the bottom rung in terms of innovation. So we're not going to talk about this near digital divide now. We are going to look into the innovation divide, and that is very, very important. And I'm sure that by having this competition, we will ensure that digital inclusion, by improving digital literacy and digital fluency among students, will be met. Also, one of the other objectives of this competition is to increase the level of cybersecurity awareness. I think this is very important, and to ensure that all Malaysians have the skills and knowledge on that, because in the current millennium view of what we are having right now, we are leveraging more on the internet and the ICT. Hence, it is very important to ensure that students are safe when they are using the internet. And we had one webinar before this where we talked at length into how the students are exposed to a lot of threats in the internet, and cybersecurity is a very important organization that will ensure that the threats will be minimized through awareness by engaging with the public, the parents, other educators to ensure that all our children are safe when they are using the internet. And I hope that once the students participate in the competition, they can enhance learning by cultivating all these 21st century skills, which is connectivity, critical thinking, collaboration, and everything that is required of them in a technology-rich environment as we are embarking now. And I hope that while doing so, which means while we are embarking on the digitally learning students, I hope that you will still be aware that the moral values has to be attached to whatever that you do. Meaning, even if you are going into digital education, you must also be able to use it safely, use it in a ethical manner. And this is what we meant by being digitally fluent. Being digitally fluent is not just how to use technology, but how to use it safely, how to use it in a more meaningful way, and this would bring a lot of meaningful learning experience for the students. Okay. Another thing I would say here is I hope that all students and all teachers from all schools would use this opportunity to, like what Qna said before, is to give them or enhance their potential in a manner of discourse, which I think when you're going through a discourse, it's a process of learning and to be critically using your knowledge and to be able to express it in a manner. Because as we know right now, in this current millennium, communication is very important. If we cannot communicate properly or we cannot justify our actions or what we are saying, and if the public or everybody else cannot agree or does not like the way which we communicate, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So that is very important. So being in this competition will sharpen your skills in order how you're going to communicate properly, how you're going to communicate in a manner that will jive with everyone, to justify your thoughts, and that is very important. And I am very, very much thankful to cybersecurity, especially to Qna, who has been very passionate about this and have been doing this for so long. And I believe that we're going to do this for a very, very long time. Okay, thank you so much. And I don't want to take much of your time. Once again, I would like to thank Cybersecurity Malaysia and all the state education departments for the support in improving cybersecurity knowledge for teachers as well as students. And we hope that this collaboration and initiative will help to create a new paradigm of research-based online safety, as well as innovative techniques to impart to our children. And by utilizing all of these resources and strategies, we will benefit from the most secure cyber environment for the present and for the future generation. And I hope that NICTSED 2021 virtual discourse competition can benefit the students of Malaysia. And thank you very much for listening. So last but not least, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the word Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I hereby launch the NICTSED 2021 virtual discourse. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Puan Mazna, for delivering that the speech just now, and also for launching the NICTSED 2021 virtual discourse. It is indeed a big honor for us to be associated with Badan Sumber Teknologi Pendidikan, and especially the teachers who are on the ground, cultivating and also making sure that their participants are always ready to participate. Okay, shall we go back to the Edwan? Can we go back to the slides, please? Do we have the slides? And now I would like to invite Puan Ramona to continue with our briefing today on the timeline and also the prize money, betul, Ramona? Which is most important, which is quite important, and also to make people to come in. And then, so shall we have the slides back on online? Slide, please. So over to you, Ramona.
Alright, I need this slide, everyone.
No slide yet. Tak nampak
For
slide lagi.
information, Mazna, approximately there are now 307 participants in this in our ini today. So this quite big number. This briefing ada 307 participants. Congratulate to BSCP and also all the participants for being with us today. Yeah.
But we will continue to promote this competition so that more students or more schools will be involved, because eventually we want a lot more of participants to participate.
Definitely. Okay, Mona, over to you.
Alright, Assalamualaikum, selamat petang. Okay, saya akan continue with milestone, prizes, posters, and also the website where all the information will be posted in the website. Okay, next please. We are in the quarter 2. We have completed our pilot recording of launch, which is today, and the promo blast will be started today, 27th of May 2021. Qualifying submission will start today until 30th of June 2021, and the submission is by online. So in July, in the quarter 3, the selection will be at the state level from the 5th of July until 16th of July, and the announcement will be on the 30th of July, who will be representing each state. So there are around 81 schools. Will be competing in August. You can see there is a confirmation and also a workshop. So 16th August of school rep, they are compulsory to attend the workshop and also mock discourse. And the octo-final will be on the 18th August until 20th of August. Quarter-final will be on the 23rd of August. And last semi-final will be on the 25th of August. So we are giving some time in September for the grand final. And tentatively, the grand final will be on the 14th of October 2021. If the COVID situation terkawal, Cik Mus, kita mungkin akan conduct the grand final physically. Tetapi if the COVID situation is still at the same situation right now, so the grand final will be conducted online. Ya. Jadi timeline ni akan ada di dalam website. So no need to worry. You can refer back on the website. So next please. Right. So the prizes. Okay. The grand prize consists of 5,000 ringgit in cash, trophy, and also certificate. So dari champion, runner-up, third placing, and best presenter will be receiving a certificate. And the runner-up will get 3,000 dan medal. Third place, harga pula. The prize will be 1,500, inclusive medal and certificate. Best presenter will be getting 1,000 ringgit. And this year, kita perkenalkan satu lagi kategori, iaitu Best Presentation Slide. So, the Best Presentation Slide akan mendapat 500 ringgit. Yeah? So, not only you need to act and talk and discourse between teams, the slide also will take into consideration for this category. Okay, next please. Okay, these are the posters that we are going to disseminate. and also will be posted up in our website. Registration can be done via the QR code down below, and also we are going to the octo final until semi final 100% will be online on the online platform. Yeah. Okay, next please. Okay, terpampang di depan anda ini adalah alamat website. This website will be upload today dah akan dah boleh view, and we have the registration and also terms and conditions di website tersebut. So anything
apa Ramona, ni bukan macam register My Sejahtera, insyaAllah will be better lah.
Anything got to do with semua akan letakkan di dalam website tersebut. Alright, next please. Alright, now it's time for our Chief Technical Officer, Tan Wan Ying. Dia akan menerangkan rounds for qualifying and also the technical briefing on for the process.
Okay, thank you very much, Puan Ramona. I hope all of you can hear me. Right, let's proceed to what we are talking about now, rules and regulations, as well as the rounds that we would be expected to go through for NICTSED. Right, here we go. First and foremost, all right, hang on. Are we seeing the slides? Okay. There are two sections of it to the competition. And the first round is called the qualifying round. Now, for the qualifying round, you will have to submit a video presentation. More on that when I go into detail. When you qualify, only then will the teams proceed National ICT Security Discourse. That's the virtual discourse for this year. Okay, let's proceed to the next slide. So, even for qualifying rounds, I would like to remind the teams, that only one team per school to represent. Now, should the school have more than one team interested, then we recommend strongly that the school vet through the, how many teams you have and send the best to the state, right? Now, each team will comprise of 2 main members plus the 1 reserve. And all 3 members, you can choose them from Form 1 to Form 5, okay? Once you have registered your members, however, you are not allowed to change the registered team. That means if you have registered student ABC, until they get to the national and until NICTSED 2021 is over, they will be the same student ABC. Please don't bring in student DEFG and all the rest of the alphabets halfway through the competition, okay? It's a no-no, all right? Let's proceed. Now, the submissions, of course, includes presentation from all team members. That means all 3 team members will have to speak in the video. We do not want a silent partner. Although within the competition, the reserve member does not speak actively. But of course, you can take turns. Maybe quarterfinal, well, member C doesn't want to speak or can't speak. She's got a sore throat. But when you get to quarterfinals, she says, okay, I'm well enough. Let me have a go. Fine. Then maybe Member B takes a turn as a reserve. So you don't have to tax or stress out your team member. Take turns, just don't fight, okay? Take turns, all right? You can do that. Now, I need to stress, only registered members will be eligible for NICTSED 2021. That means the same tree that does the video presentation that is in the video will be the same 3 people who will go to NICTSED Octofinal if they qualify. All right. Now, the schools will, of course, be selected based on the best presentations, all right, submitted to their states for the nationals. And once we inform the school that you are on, say, hey, you're going to NICTSED Octofinals, please RSVP within 7 days. All right. Next, let's proceed. Okay. What do? We've got to have the video presentation uploaded to Flipgrid, uploaded via Flipgrid. Okay. Now, the video presentation is a maximum of 5 minutes. Maximum, people, please, maximum. We don't want a 5-hour movie. 5 minutes. Now, each of the members must speak for at least 1 minute. So that takes the 3 minutes off. So you have the extra 2 minutes. You can add on points. You can have a little bit of introduction. It's fine. But please, a tip for you. Please don't give us a 2-minute introduction and rush through your content point. That would be bad strategy from the onset. Okay? So make sure you deal more with the content than gimmicks in the introduction. Right. Now, submissions must, of course, be original, and copyrighted materials are prohibited. So if you download anything on the website to use in your video, it's a no, check copyright first. Also, we need to see the 3 presenters throughout the videos. We want to see you when you speak. We don't want you hiding behind any cartoons. And no voiceover, please. We want to see the people who are talking to us, not an alphabet, not a picture. We want the person, all right? So deadline for submission is on the 30th of June, 11:59 p.m. Now, I need to give you fair warning. Some people like to do work last minute. Please don't wait until 11:59. If there's line connection problem, then there will be a panic. You know, your video can't get through. Okay? So please don't bring on unnecessary stress to yourself. Do your work early. Okay? Of course, any problem, please contact us. Right? Okay. Let's go to the next slide. So the title is Preparing Cyber Ethical Students for the Digital Classroom. So your video is your presentation on this topic. Okay, let's proceed. And the videos will be judged based on these. Content is 40 marks. So now you know you can get into a lot of trouble if you have cartoons and entertainment more than the actual content. Language, standard English, we will judge you on that. We're not going to judge you on elocution standard. As long as everyone can understand you, fine. Your presentation deals with your creativity as well. All right, how you present it. Technicalities, this will also deal with the clarity of sound, your audio, as well as the visual of your video recording. Okay. And the last one is a new word we are using for NICTSED this year, synergy, your team energy. We would like to see, although we understand you are in 3 different houses and you're very far from each other, But we like to see a team that is one heart, even though you are apart. How do you work together despite the constraint on you? That would carry 10 marks. Okay? Right. Any question so far?
Ms. Tan, there is a question.
Yes.
Each state will have how many representatives?
Okay. Each state we have allotted. State will send the central panel 4 representatives. 4 representatives from 16 states. And the rest of it, remember we are saying octofinals, 81 teams. Okay. So each state will be sending us 4 of their best representatives. And the other 17 teams that is coming to the octofinals will be selected by the central panel based on the merits of their presentation in the video. Okay, so make sure you do a good job. Sometimes you miss the state selection. Ouch, I'm number 5. But it doesn't mean you are disqualified from octofinals. If you're number 5 in your state, but your video is very, very good, you can still rank in the 17. You still have a chance. So give it your best. All right? So,
Puan Tan, just a reminder, while they are producing their videos, so on and so forth, I think we have to remind them that they must follow SOP strictly. And then in the video, they have to show that they are putting up their mask, so on and so forth, so that it will not become a reason for people to write up a complaint or something like that. So SOP is very important because as you know, many of celebrities, many got caught because of the video being uploaded. So please adhere to this, please. Thank you.
Okay. SOP wise, I mean, if you're alone in the room, I don't think people are going to, you know, like all of us now, we are alone, so it's fine. But let's not have a crowd with you. That would be a no. All right. So reminder to the teams, 3 members per team, anyone from Form 1 to Form 5, and you must come from the same school. Please don't import someone from your neighboring school. Okay? Teacher, he's my neighbor. No. Must be same school. Then your neighbor is fine. Okay? Now, only team members registered at qualifying rounds will be allowed in NICTSED. Okay? And we remind the teams and the schools, please have 2 accompanying teachers for each team. You have the English language teacher, which helps, who helps with presentation, who will function as team manager. And you have the ICT teacher, because we understand Flipgrid could be new to some, and we need all the technical help that we can get. All right? So make sure you have these 2 teachers helping you. All right, let's proceed. Okay. Any question on the qualifying first?
One question.
Yes.
Format pertandingan 3 pasukan bertanding, adakah secara round robin?
No, it is not round robin. It is knockout system. Okay, it's knockout. So let's go on. If you're okay with qualifying, I will go to the competition proper. Competition proper for NICTSED is 2 parts of the discourse. Every round of discourse, you have to go through both parts. So the 2 parts are, 1 is your opening pitch. That is you with your teams, your opponents. And the second one is you have my interest. And this is where you have interaction with the panel of experts, your POEs. So your objective, don't worry, you will become salesman extraordinaire and saleswomen extraordinaire when you finish, because you will have lots of chances to sell your team's proposal or your team's ideas to the POEs. Now, you must also try to persuade. So we are encouraging persuasive speech. How persuasive can you get to get the POE to agree to your proposal? How can you convince the third bullet, the POE, that whatever you are trying to sell them, whatever ideas you are proposing is feasible? Like, hey, this can work. Let's do this together. Let's adopt this. That is what we are looking for in your presentation. Okay? So bottom line, that's why we changed the name. It is not a debate. You don't put each other down for fun, and it's a no-no. Please persuade the POEs. If you can persuade your opponents, even better in the process. All right, let's go on. This is the format of the discourse. We shall start with the first presenter for Team A, and we go on to Team B's first presenter, Team C's first presenter, and each of these first presenter has 6 minutes to speak. Then we go on, fourth turn will be the second presenter of Team A, after whom will come the second presenter of Team B, and followed by the third presenter of Team C. And the second presenters will have 8 minutes. And within the 8 minutes, they will have questions thrown to the team. All right. Once that is all done, we will come to the last section, the second part of it, which is you have my interest. And this is the Q&A session with the POE. And we have 15 minutes for that. Okay, let's proceed to the roles of the presenters. All right. First presenter, your role is to lay out your case. You have 6 minutes of uninterrupted speech. Please maximize, utilize this fully, optimize this opportunity to pitch the idea, because no one is going to disturb you. It's just oral. Now, when it's the turn of the second presenter presents the team's pitch, and after the first minute bell, teams from the two other opponents will start throwing questions. So between the first and 7th minute, expect questions to come your way. You are allowed to, of course, accept or reject them. But here's the catch. You need to answer at least one question from each of your opponents. But the best part is you are not alone. Your teammate, remember the first presenter who didn't have anyone disturbing his life? He can jump in to help you. Let's say there's a question thrown to presenter 2, and presenter 2 goes like, you get that kind of reaction. First presenter say, let me help you with that. No problem. We accept that. We want to see work. Only catch is your reserve member, remember your 2 + 1, the +1, not allowed to speak. But the +1, your reserve, can look for information and quickly pass you the information so that you can answer. All right? Cannot talk, but you can write on a piece of paper or send it digitally to your team. Okay? So reserve member, you do not speak at all, you're not speaking. You only assist your team in research and technicalities. Usually, we have the third member dealing with the slides during their presentation. Okay, let's go on. So the procedure of the discourse, before the actual discourse, we have the teams going through the qualifying round. Once you're called, you're invited, submit the RSVP to the organizers within 7 days of the invitation. Understand that if you fail to, we have people on waiting lists waiting to come in. Okay? Discourse topic will be released to the teams competing 2 weeks, 14 days before the discourse. So if we are scheduled for the 18th of August, the discourse, expect the topics to come in latest by the 4th of August. 14 days. Simple, easy to count. All right, at least that's the latest. Now, once you get that, we will have a draw to take place as scheduled. So 16, usually, first day where we meet you, we'll have the draw before all the workshop starts. Okay? And for the discourse, we are advocating, assuming, and praying that the situation do not get any worse. We are going to allow for the mobility of venue, but that the participants stay together. So we are praying hard that by then, all of you are back in school, at least. But if your school has very bad connection, then we can take lock, stock, and barrel, the whole team with the teachers, and find you a better connection, hopefully in USTP or SSTP or your PPD, whichever that has a better internet connection. So we allow for mobility of teams, but we advocate that the teams stay together. This is to prevent panic, because it can be very frightening when your connectivity goes off and you find that you're all alone and you have no help and you can't even talk to your friend and you can panic. So we want to minimize that kind of trauma for you. Okay, let's proceed. Now, during the discourse rounds, all teams have to be at the venue 1 hour prior to the big start of the competition. Now, failure to come online 5 minutes of the scheduled time means disqualification. So the onus is on the teams and the teachers and all the technical support they can muster to ensure connectivity, and whatever happens, make sure you come online to start the discourse. So if anyone disappears and cannot come online, we have 2 teams present, the other 2 teams just continue. But if 2 teams does not come online ever for the discourse, then the team that is present will have a walkover awarded to them. The last man standing, as it were. Right? So whatever happens, we'll deal with connectivity issues later, but make sure you come online to start the discourse. Let's proceed. Prohibitions. Interaction is between the team members, unregistered team members, teachers. Do not prompt them. And teams, take note, you are not allowed to communicate with anyone. No communication from or to anyone other than the registered team members. If you need information desperately, speaking members, you can turn to your technical support, your reserve member, and say, hey, I need this, hurry up. But of course, if you do that, all in the competition will hear you say that. Right? So if you do that, you break this rule, is a forfeiture of marks in discourse performance. And discourse performance carries 60 marks. After the competition, after the results have been tallied, only the first place winner of each round will advance to the next round of the discourse. And please note also that because this is online and all that, we are worried about connectivity issues and all that XYZ thingy. We are going to record all the rounds, and every recording will be subjected to scrutiny by the POE and or the Board of Inquiry as we need to. Okay, let's proceed. Now, this is everybody's, how shall I say, scary moment. You know, we have had this question asked. What if we go offline? What happens? This is it. You will be given a 15-minute window for reconnection. Okay? If it is halfway through your presentation and the line goes off, let's say you've only spoken for 1 minute, the line goes off. Don't worry, your chief POE will be briefed, the technical people will be briefed, they will have recorded how long you have spoken, how long you have left, and we wait for you to come back. When you come back within a 15-minute window, we will tell you this is the amount of time, take a deep breath, ready, continue. So we'll give you, let's say you have another 5 minutes to go, we give you back the 5 minutes. You have another 2 minutes to go, we give you back the 2 minutes. So don't worry, there's no loss of time here. Okay? However, if the reconnection is unsuccessful within the stipulated time, then the presenter loses the turn. Meaning, if it happens during presenter 1, the first presenter, then your first presenter loses the turn. That means because now, after 15 minutes, we have already started with the second team. And then you come back. We are very sorry. You lost your turn. But whatever you have said is not zero. Before your connection go off, you managed to speak for 4 minutes out of your 6. Fine. The POEs will already award you marks based on whatever you have said for 4 minutes. So, reminder to the teams, make your presentation count. Don't start with lengthy greetings. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, or a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. More than enough. Please don't waste time on lengthy greeting because substance counts. All right? Now, marks will be awarded, of course, and any marks awarded will be tallied to your team score at the end. So don't worry about it. You're not going to get a 0. As long as you have spoken, you're safe. You have some marks already. Okay? So, of course, if one team can't continue, the other 2 teams will just proceed with the discourse. And don't worry. If it happens first presenter, you forfeit your first presenter team, but you carry on, and then second presenter, just go on. You have still got a chance to catch up with the marks. Okay? So no worry about that. Let's go on. Next slide, please. All right. Now, should 2 teams lose connectivity? Should not happen. If it does happen, then the last team standing will be awarded the win and proceed to the next round of discourse. Now, it shouldn't happen. All right. If all 3 teams loses connectivity and are unable to reconnect, then the round will be declared void and a rematch will be rescheduled by the organizers. And the resolution to this problem and any other issue that arises during a round of discourse is under the jurisdiction of the Board of Inquiry. and any decision by the board is final. All right, let's proceed.
But kata this only for octo final and above, eh? Still level,
Yes,
they're
it's only
still.
for octo. Correct. Yes, it's only for octo final and above. Yeah. Okay. Board of Inquiry will only convene at octo final onwards. Let's proceed. This is the one everybody wants to know. How many marks can I get? It's just like you always ask your teacher after the exam, how many marks I got? Right. So let's tell you all the marks. Opening pitch is 160 marks. And that is 80 marks per presenter. Discourse performance, remember the prohibition? It's 60 marks. So if any proof, remember you are recorded. If there's any proof, we find that you have had communications with people other than the registered members, goodbye, 60 marks. It's precious. And you have my interest is 30 marks. So total marks for each team at a round of discourse is 250 marks. Let's proceed to the detail of scoring. Now, in the opening pitch is individual scoring. That means it's based on your presentation. So the content of your presentation is 40 marks, and we are looking at relevance, coherence to topic, and when we talk about relevance here is also how relevant is relevant. When you present a point, do you even bother supporting it with statistics? Have you given it any thought at all? Or are you just doing a skimping through of the topics? All right. And of course, your presentation has to be relevant to the topic. Next, strategy. Your strategy carries 20. The slide before, please. The slide before. Yes, thank you. Strategy is 20 mark. Strategy simply means your game plan, your course of action. You want to sell your idea. How do you sell it? How is the best way for you to sell it? Up to you. Some people think pasar malam, lelong is good. Some people think online is good. See? Different. But what is your strategy to get the POEs to agree to whatever you're selling them? Also, time management. You have 6 minutes, you have 6 minutes. You have 8 minutes, you have 8 minutes. How do you manage that limited time? But the technical panel has agreed we will give the teams, the presenter, a grace period of 30 seconds. Let's say the bell goes ding ding at 6 minutes. You have 30 seconds to say, all right, time doesn't permit. So very quickly wrap it up and sit down in a dignified manner. Not at the double bell, you plunk yourself on the chair. All right? Media, of course, it covers language and tools. Language, your spoken language, your communication skills. Language, your voice is a medium of communication. And the tools, of course, your slides, your presentation, okay? Your medium, how do you utilize your slides is taken into account here. Okay, next slide, please. Right, discourse performance. This is a team score. That means presenter 1, presenter 2, during your presentation, especially during the Q&A, as well as reserve member, you can help each other here. It is a team score. Of course, the strength of question and the strength of answer, which carries 20 marks each. So we are looking at strength of question here, is basically the role of the first and second presenter because the poor chap at the back can't say anything. But reserve member, you are not lost. You can write answers to the question thrown to your teams or write question for your presenter 1 and 2 to ask your opponents. See, you cannot ask questions, but you can still contribute to your team marks in this way. All right? So strength of question is how strong your questions are, how relevant is it, and it should show a depth of analysis which requires a response on the same level. You need to ask at least one question to each of your opponents. Okay? Minimum. That's the very minimum. And I like to point out, if your questions are yes, no question, you're not going to score very high. So are you saying shopping online has risk? Hello? Your opponent can just say yes, or your opponent can just say no. That kind of questioning is not going to score very high on this allocation of marks. All right, next slide, please. Strength of answers. How well do you answer the question? And for whichever team is presenting, you need to answer a question from each of your opponent. For example, Team A is presenting, Team B will ask a question. You need to answer if you choose to accept. Now, if Team B asks a question and you say decline, or you say no, thank you, that means Team B can still ask another question. You have not answered. And then Team C, you're supposed to get one from Team C as well. But if you didn't answer, you say, I'll get back to you. And Team C finds that you never got back to us. So the last 30 seconds, they throw you the last question. They are allowed to because you have not answered the question. Sidestepping question does not account for answering questions. Okay? Now, of course, you may choose to accept or decline questions, but if questions have been thrown to you and you decline all of it, you are being a coward. And it's not going to score well in this criteria. Okay? Take one from each team. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Okay? Right. Let's go. Next slide, please. Teamwork in discourse performance. Remember, we say the third member. This is where you can contribute to help your team. And we'll see that, hey, he's not a lamppost. We don't have an effigy sitting in the team. Very good. So we see you're helping your team. You can't speak, but you are helping them in other ways. Very good. It will score here. And if one of you should choose to monopolize the floor, the presentation, it'll be horrible if your teammates say, I'll help you with that. And you say, sit down. Or you say, hiya. Or that would be really, really bad on your team score. We want to see teamwork. You're not islands. We don't live on a desolated island. We are not hermits. So we would like very much to see teamwork during the discourse. All right, let's proceed. One more criterion under the discourse performance. The last one is discourse etiquette. Discourse etiquette deals with how well you handle a discourse. So people tantrums is no, never, ever. If you're able to handle challenges and situations in a calm, professional manner, then you do well here. 10 marks is quite easy to get. Remember, formality in language is good. Discourse registers should be observed. We enjoy witticism. We like a show of wits, but we will not tolerate rudeness at any point during the discourse. And that goes for name calling. For example, my ignoramus opponents there. Hello. What gives you the right to call your opponents ignoramus? Never do that. Okay? Do not call anyone names at any point during the discourse. So the discourse is a formal presentation of ideas to the POE, and we remind all participants to treat it as such. Okay? You can have wits, you can have humor, we have no issues. Just don't be rude. All right? Let's go on. Last one, of course. Oops, we missed something. Okay. Of course, the last one is you have my interest. 30 marks. Very simply, POE asks you questions, you answer the POE's question. 30 marks is yours. All right, let's go on. Queries and riposte. Any question. In other words, question and answers. No queries? Then no riposte from me.
Miss Tan, question di
Yes.
dan question saya telah jawab.
Okay.
Satu question, tapi dah jawab lah.
Any new
Sebaik.
queries? Yeah.
Tak ada.
Sometimes, you ask question, but we haven't come to the slide yet. It's fine. We understand. And before you ask, we registered 3 members. What if between the qualifying and NICTSED Octo, one of them decide to quit the team? Good luck. You cannot replace. It has to be the same 3 in the video that we have qualified for NICTSED Octo Finals. So select your team members carefully as well. Okay? Because we are also talking about team loyalties. Any other question? It's like an auction going once. Any question?
There's one question here. Sekejap.
Yes.
Oh, I think dah jawab kot. What if one of the members is admitted or quarantined due to COVID?
Yeah. We are very sorry, but that's it.
Dia boleh
Okay.
diganti.
No, tak boleh diganti. Sebab kalau kat pusat kuarantin memang tak boleh diganti. Okay? But if you are in house quarantine, you're away from your team, right? Colonel, what is your opinion? They can still come with us.
What I would like to say, Kak Tan, I think is we do it on a case basis lah. They have to appeal. We cannot
appeal.
they have to appeal. That's why we emphasize that for the team to be together, stay healthy,
Yes.
take and be together as a team. So it's very important.
Yeah. But people, anything, please don't hide it from the organizers. All right. Like the question says, due to COVID, whatever it is, inform the organizers, contact the organizers, appeal your case. All right. Please do that. Don't hide it from us. And then during the discourse, we get a surprise.
Yeah.
someone we have never seen before in our entire life. Okay? Any other question?
Okay, I think. Well, thank you so much, Kak Dan, Puan Tan,
Welcome.
and for that presentation. And we have about 257 people left. Already, we're still around for our. To be honest, thank you so much for still being around. But ladies and gentlemen, please do not be worried too much because everything is on our website. Please go to our website for all the detail, and then we do have our. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call us or to send an email to us. I think everything is there in our website, and inshallah we'll try as much as possible to respond and give you all the answers. And as I think for today, we have any more questions, Ramona? Are there any more questions?
Tak ada. Saya tengah type.
All right. So don't worry. Please be there. Again, I have to apologize that Puan Mazah have to leave early for another engagement. But we would like to thank her for being around. Again, Kak Tan, Puan Ramona, and Sheikh Shamil, and the rest who are not in this picture, but they are there at the back of the back benches of NICTSED. And again, I'm not forgetting Kak Omi, Mr. Sam. These are all the movers and shakers of NICTSED 21 from the BS from outside of CSM. But again, remember all the dates. Can we just remind again, Kak Tan, the dates? The important dates. Remember of the CAF.
Yes. Please submit all your your qualifying videos, your videos for the topic. Please don't forget by the 30th of June. 11 p.m.
And the videos should not be more than how many minutes? 6 minutes?
No more than 5 minutes for the video.
5 minutes. Okay. And all three participants
must be.
Yes. And this is quite important for us to choose and for the state to choose their representative. And these are all the important criteria. All right.
Okay.
So I hope that answers all your queries. I hope also your answers. So again, I saw that there are 2 teachers. Yeah, we would like to have 2 teachers, but I mean, if not, a minimum of 1 teacher should be around. But at least 2 teachers can help out with the technical if they facing any problem. So if there is no more question, again, thank you everybody, and we will be expecting the result of the submission by before 30th of June is the day. When do we come up with do we have the date yet?
By 30th of July, it will be announced.
By 30th of July, it will be announced. Okay, so please look into our website for all and we will inform everybody. So again, thank you everybody, and hoping to have as many participants as possible. Remember again, for those who participate, a certificate will be dished out to you as part of your co-curriculum. It's also at the state and also at the national level. Betul Kak Dan, eh? That's what we understand. Yep. So again, thank you, and we'll see you in NICTSED 21 virtual discourse. Assalamualaikum wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera.
Kak Tan,
Yes.
sorry. Slide wajib tak masa qualifying?
Tak. Kali ni kita buat video sahaja, tak ada slide.
Alright, sorry.
Sebab tu kita dah remove the slide, pemakahan slide tu, tak ada masalah. No problem. Okay, alright then, thanks so much. Okay, thank you everyone. Catch ya.